Finding the right pigment for a realistic painting can seem daunting, but a great clue to begin figuring out your paint pigments can lie in the object's local color. But what is local color? All right, let me ask you a question. What color is this pillow? You probably started by thinking, well, this is a green pillow. Afterward, you may have spent a small amount of time determining the exact color name for this green, and you may have come up with emerald green. What you just accomplished was determining the local color of this pillow. The definition of local color is the natural color of an object unaffected by lightness, darkness, or its proximity to other objects. But let's take a dive into this fascinating process of how you determine this pillow's local color. When your incredible brain was determining the local color of this pillow, it was not trying to match the shadow color or the highlight color. Your brain used deductive reasoning to conclude that the mid-tone color here was the true color of the pillow. Your brain may have even instantly imagined what this pillow felt like and even looked like if you picked it up and turned it around in your hands. The amazing thing about our brains is that we can't imagine what something is like without ever actually coming in contact with it because of our past learned experiences from our lives. Yet, our brain can also play tricks on us, and it may seem more challenging to determine the local color of an object at dawn, dusk, or even nighttime. For instance, in this painting, we may innately know that this jacket is red during the daytime, but it's not as easy to determine what color of paint pigment the artist chose to achieve this look. First, let's think about how we innately knew that this jacket would be red during the daytime. We first determined that the painting takes place at night, and our main light source is the moon. Most likely, you look at the overall jacket, the shadows, the highlights, and the midtones, and you were able to determine what the fabric may look like at this time of day based on your previous life experiences. So what if I told you that if you were able to do this, you have already figured out the hardest part of the puzzle of figuring out local color? So I'm just going to swatch a highlight part of this jacket right here. This is what we are seeing for a realistic looking painting at nighttime. All this is a desaturated version of this color right here. Now, I have to say something at the moment. We're going to get more saturated colors on a computer than you will ever get with paint pigment. But what this does do is let us know that this jacket really was a desaturated version of a brighter color. If we were trying to match this color instead of the one that we see in this painting, that means we'd have much more options to use this color as well in the rest of the piece. Because think of how limited you would be if you were trying to only match this color. That means that from here down and up and across here, this whole triangle here is what you would be able to get as far as color options by adding white, by adding black. And this is not as many options as you'd be able to get by starting here first. So what does all of this information mean? If you were able to find your true local color of an object that you were painting, you could change its value in order to achieve a look that matches different lighting. Right, but what about light sources that give off colored lights like neon lights, incandescent lights, cell phones, tablets, or even objects that cast a reflective color onto an object? Apply a glaze, or rather, a very thin transparent layer of colored paint over the areas that are being lit or affected by light sources or other natural color alterations. Similar to adding a filter to a photo on Instagram.